This is your prophecy update. The Independent reports that the United States has withdrawn from the United Nations agreement to establish international rights for migrants. The United States is withdrawing from the United Nations or the world government's declaration intended at protecting the rights of migrants, saying in a notice to the international group that staying in the agreement would be inconsistent with American immigration policy. The decision to withdraw from the so-called New York Declaration for Refugees and Migrants is a declaration really reached last year, is consistent with efforts by the Donald Trump administration to limit incoming immigration and refugee settlement. The declaration calls for a global compact on migration, which is expected to be adopted next year. In discussing the American withdrawal, U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, said that the United States is proud of its leadership on human rights issues, but framed an international agreement as a breach in U.S. sovereignty. She said, "Our decisions on immigration policies must always be made by Americans and Americans alone," which goes totally against the international community. She went on to say that we will decide how best to control our borders and who will be allowed to enter into our country, which goes totally in the face of the process of globalization or the move towards a world government. The President of the UN General Assembly expressed regret, of course, for the U.S. decision to withdraw, saying that no single nation can tackle the issues surrounding migration on its own. But he said that the role of the United States in this process is critical, as it has historically and generously welcomed people from all across the globe and remains home to the largest number of international migrants in the world, which of course is true because many of the previous administrations believed in the process of globalization. So Miroslav Lajčák, the UN General Assembly President, said this in a statement, and he stated, "As such, it has the experience and expertise, the United States, to help ensure that this process leads to a successful outcome." Well, my question today is this a fulfillment of prophecy? Absolutely. The Bible prophecy really foretells the formation of a world government just prior to the second coming of Jesus Christ and the Battle of Armageddon. It also tells us very clearly that the United States will not be part of that world government in the end time. The United States withdrawal from the United Nations or the world government's declaration intended at protecting the rights of migrants is the ongoing fulfillment of this prophecy.